Hello, Julia. How are you? Welcome me back. I missed you. You missed me. I see you are doing salmon. All right. Okay. Big one. Last time you took a big fish. Oh, wait. Bones. We eat snook in South Africa, man. We leave it. But this one, I'd also leave it. Okay. You took the skin out. Salt. Lots of salt. Oh, that one is like we are curing. Ne?
Welcome, everybody, to another amazing episode of Voices Unfiltered. Today, I'm super excited. I have someone very, very special online. I mean, if you've spent any time on South African social media, chances are you've come across this man. You know, he's reacting to food, he's reacting to culture, and the chaos that somehow feels exactly like home. I mean, that's how South Africans are. It's all about chaos, but it's organized chaos. But he didn't build a following by trying to be polished. He built it by being really funny, expressive, unapologetically being himself. And now that has earned him a nomination for Best Content Creator. Xolile Vesile, welcome. Thank you so much for making time to be here with us.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the invitation. When I received this is actually my first invitation in a podcast. So when I received your email, I said I have to honor the invite. Anyhow, it doesn't matter because it's such a privilege when someone sees you as someone who can add something to their platform and they see something in you. I don't take that for granted. Thank you.
The honor is actually all mine. It's all mine. If you know what an impact you are making on social media, it's really something to watch. And my family are avid fans of yours. They watch you all the time, and I hear them laughing. But, you know, before we talk about content and awards and food, tell me honestly, are you enjoying this season of your life, this excitement that's around you at the moment? Adverts, you've just done one now in Joburg.
I really enjoy it. I think the turnover to this whole content trade, I've been doing it for a while and I've been doing it in my own language. Then I saw there's a lot of people, let's say, who don't understand my Xhosa, who felt like what this guy is saying is actually funny. Can he say it in a language that is going to be understandable? We also want to laugh. And my wife also told me that, hey, baby, at work they're saying you must try to be at least Venek just to accommodate other people. Then my problem with that one, I felt like if I'm going to change to English, I'm going to lose how authentic I am. I'm going to lose the originality of it. Because at the same time, I wanted to keep it more South African than anything. Once I did that and I felt like it touched a lot of people, I try by all means not to, what do you call this thing? Not to dive away from what I do and not to offend anyone. It's hard though, because you don't know if something will offend anyone. You'll never please anyone. But I try to touch on issues in South Africa and still stick to the basics of my content, which is I react to food, I react to certain things. And the turnover has been beautiful. I don't want to lie to you. It has given me recognition. It has stopped from being just a content creator. Now I'm in this side of taking the content creation, being a face of a brand, being approached by a brand to do something, having to sit down and now see myself as more than a content creator, someone that is like a social media influencer. Now I have to learn the game of the social media influencing with the tax issues coming in, trying to make myself a brand instead of just this being my social media handle. I hardly post anything about myself now because I kind of feel like it's going to deviate away from what these pages are for, which is they are for the people.
100%. So it was more of a strategic move to go English.
Yes, it was a strategic move in a sense that when I've been doing this thing since 2001, and when I was using my mother tongue, I never got a lot of deals. I only got one radio interview. I think it was 2023. It's a Xhosa radio station. You know it was the National Xhosa radio station. I was called by Zuzo to her show. I felt like that was a game changer. Then when I started speaking in English, then I saw that there was recognition. I think I did a video about roadblocks. Then I was also invited on Vuma TV. That's when we started seeing the shift that when you are a voice, you are appearing in people's pages and people recognize what you are doing. There were times where I wanted to quit because I felt like, why should I do this if it's not giving me something in return? Wake up in the morning to ensure that I have 4 videos a day, 2 in the morning, so
Wow.
that when people are going to work, sometimes I do another video in the afternoon, then do another 2 late. But sometimes in the weekend, the traffic is not that good because a lot of people are busy but during the week, if you have noticed, I try by all means, and I touch base a lot of issues in South Africa. That's why I say, if you look at my caption, it says love, life, and laughter. I think love, life, laughter, and food, because food is a language on its own. If we talk about food, the first thing that you think about when you're going to go to a certain country is about the food and the cuisine. If you find someone that is going to say, I'm homesick, what is the first thing they talk about? They're going to talk about the food.
Food.
So that is a language.
100%.
So my basis of the content is you must take it from you as your relatives. And so all of you know how to cook. Because that one that does not know how to cook. And every time when they do something, you find like, hey, he does not know what to do what they are doing in the kitchen. Or you find them telling you, I can't cook. So I took it from that and I look at videos. And for me, I react on something that is gourmet or it's something that is not looking good. But I am reacting for someone who wants to react, but they can't react to that.
True. I mean, so you're talking about the food. It's not just the entertainment part for you. But is there a dish or food that you've seen that takes you back to your childhood? Back to your home, back to your family in the Eastern Cape?
I think there's a lot of content that is in the Eastern Cape, especially when it's December time. You'll see issues about initiation. But one thing that takes me home and that makes me to remember home is when you find people cooking meat with salt, nothing. Also, when I see people in social media talking about tribe must not be mixed with a lot of things. It should be that. It's another topic that I like to talk about because it takes me home. Because when we grew up, we used to cook tribe with only salt and onion, nothing much. Now that we grew up, you are working, you have your colleagues, you have all of these spices and herbs. You find me putting raja in there. And there's always, if you look in social media, there's always that argument that it shouldn't be served like that. It should be served like this. It's a funny thing because one thing I notice about South Africa, their food, you mustn't touch South African when it comes to their food. They love their food. That's why if you go to a certain party, you know that you're going to go to Durban, you're going to find curries in Durban, your biryanis in Durban. You know, when you come to Cape Town, it's going to be your fish and chips, all of these other places. If you come to Joburg, you understand what I'm saying. So South Africans, you must respect South Africans when it comes to food. And with me, generally, if I have to say with the food that takes me home, I think it's simplicity, to tell you the truth. It's something that I've learned that simple foods will always take you home. Simple foods that were cooked by our grandmothers. But when we try to replicate them, we can't. You understand?
True.
Those are the foods that
Yes.
take me home. Simple, just rice with stew, a bit of cabbage, anything. Nothing that is changed color by adding certain spices, just simple, to the point.
Xolile, I was going to ask you, coming back to the language part, as South Africans, we are loud. So if you're speaking isiZulu or Xhosa, it's loud. Now you are
Yes.
speaking English. I mean, do you ever feel the pressure to tone down the level at which you are for a wider audience now? Because the English, they're a bit quieter, the decibels are lower. Have you ever felt that? Or are you being true to us being who we are, right?
I think the energy and the enthusiasm is what keeps it. I remember when I started, there was a guy when I was doing something, he said, you are going to be big, but you must have a lot of enthusiasm. Because when I look at those videos, I used to talk the way that I'm talking now. On that point, there's a lot of people when they meet me, they feel like they're going to see me coming like, hey, Julia, me being loud, like, hey, how are you? No, when I talk like this, I'm like, but you're not like, I said, yes, I try to accommodate because we have dynamics in South Africa. I cannot go to a Camps Bay and be a loud person there. I cannot go to another place. I have to read the room first. You understand?
Yes.
I try to read the room. I've tried, I've seen other videos, then the people are like, nah, we like it when you have shock. Remember what captures the people is the way you react on something. You understand?
Mm.
You can react angrily without swearing. If I say to you now, there's a guy who stays in the farm and they're gonna react on something, you know how they're going to react. No, man, yeah, 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 yeah. That's what you think of. If you see a closer guy, you know they're gonna be loud.
Yes.
So I try to react on my way, the way I would react normally when I see something. There's a video that I did now where I was reacting to someone who was peeling a potato. I reacted in English on that video, and I felt like it needed me to react in Xhosa because when we grew up, we were taught that when you cut potatoes, this is how you cut potatoes. Try to peel as thin as you can be. And that guy was wasting food. The thought that came in my mind, like my mother, my grandmother, they would whoop me if I would do that because it's a waste of food.
They
And a
will
lot of
beat you.
South Africans reacted to that.
True, very true. And I was going to say, you're from the Eastern Cape and now you're living in a different country, Cape Town or
Yes.
province. But Xolile is still the same Xolile that grew up in the Eastern Cape and is now living in Cape Town. You haven't changed.
No, I haven't changed. Born and bred in Eastern Cape, joined the military. The military has moved me in a lot of provinces and they've moved me. I've went outside of the country, went to Ethiopia, went to Uganda, and went to DRC. What I learn in different cultures in all the provinces that I go to, that's why I am multilingual. It opens your mind in the mentality of how other people are thinking. You understand? Because if you stay in one place, you end up being stereotyped, not understanding how the thought process works in another place. Stayed in Pretoria, met my wife in Pretoria. My wife is not closer. Came to Cape Town, was shocked at first at some things in Cape Town, and I got used to them. Because when you come to a place, you come with those words that people are telling you. Yo, if you go there, it's like this. If you go there, it's like this. So I try to go to a place with a clean slate and view things on my own and take my own perspective on things. Yes, when someone tells you about a place, you will grasp a bit of things there and there. You understand? But I haven't changed. I think the mentality that has changed was that when you grow, you don't think the way you used to think when you were young. Me meeting people, this interview is going to change my life. Me meeting a person who can see a talent in me, even the social media thing. There's a lot of people who saw a talent in me. I believe social media is good when you do it for someone who doesn't know you. Because even the people that know me, they don't laugh too much because they know that is who I am. They're used to that. That's what my colleagues say, that we used to you like this. So at least the other people in the country, they don't know that you are like this even in real life.
True. If you think back to your first reaction videos, the first one that you made, I mean, you can be honest, were you thinking, oh, geez, I'm going to be this massive content creator? Or were you just killing time? It was just, you saw a video, you reacted to it, and that was it?
I was just doing it for fun. The thing is with TikTok, when it was booming 2020, I was not part of it. I hated it. Even now when I do TikTok, do you know that I listen to TikTok with the volume down? Because I hated that thing of changing videos too quick. Something else is playing, another one is playing. Because my wife used to watch a lot of TikToks and laugh. Then when I joined doing singing videos since I know how to cook. So what my thing, I know how to sing. I used to take a English song, I think, was it Asha, Let It Bend? It's gonna be for me to say this. It's coming from the heart. Yes. Then I changed that into Xhosa. Then, because that's something that I wanted, and I wanted to have fun. Then I saw the Chinese cooking videos. I saw the first one. I saw the second one. I reacted on the first one. When I reacted on the first one, it was not that bad. But the problem with reacting to those videos at that time, they used to give you used to get a copyright or what do you call this thing? A strike for that. They say, hey, we're going to block your account. And I asked myself, why am I being blocked, but the original creator is not being blocked? You understand? Because some of the cooking methods, people complain because they are not used to how certain cuisines are done. Like people, they don't want to see animals slaughtered. They have to hide that, so they feel like that is animal cruelty and all of that. That's why if you notice now, I try to shy away from those videos.
Okay.
And I also did Indian videos. I think what gained me popularity when I was doing it in Xhosa was the Indian videos. But now the problem with the Indian videos, it started where I stopped doing them because I saw that even on Facebook, I was getting a lot of reports from the Indian community. I said, let me stop this. I don't want to offend anyone. Even now, the reason I don't do them now, most of them they are AI. So now you're going to take a video thinking it's something, but it's AI.
Yeah, true. Very true. I've
So
seen that.
Have you noticed that? Most of them are
I've seen
AI.
that.
So I used to react on Asian, Chinese, Indian, but I stopped because you'll react to a video, you wake up in the morning, you have a strike, your account is going to be taken. So I said, okay, let me change it and just react to a normal person cooking. But you must, you must, if you've noticed something, I try not to, what can I say? Not to react, because I think about how is that video going to arrive to the person. You understand? Because other people, they might feel like you are offending them, you're making fun of them. So I try not to. I read the situation first. There's also cultural differences. So I don't want to be like I'm bashing someone when I react. But when I react I react in a good way, but I get shocked about the type of cuisine a person is cooking.
Sure. Xolile, I just heard you sing Asha's song in English. Can you sing that part in Xhosa?
What did I say again? And I used to say, Kuzocha manteta lendo, marsuke enhliziyweni. I used to do that.
Wow.
I changed it from
You've got a
English.
voice, eh?
Yeah, I've got a voice. I wanted to be a singer when I was young. I also went to, what do you call this thing? I also went to Gem early 2008. At that time, I didn't go to university. I think I was depressed. Got a call to go to a nursing college, but I didn't have money to go back home. So I saw, since I'm in Joburg, let me just do some music. What made me to stop the music thing, and I felt like having to hustle money to go to the studio at that time, then I felt like I can do that while I'm working. Then I joined the military. When I joined the military, I felt like, let me leave that. Then that dream, it went away. But I still have a voice. I was saying that for my 40th, I think I must do one song. I think I have to do one song. But at the present moment, I don't want to put my hands in a lot of, because I'm gonna mess it up.
Too many things going on at the same time.
Yes.
For sure. Xolile, I want to take you back, to the first moment you realized that people weren't just watching your videos. They were actually waiting for you. My family waits for you. They wait to see a Xolile video come out. Can you remember that? Can you remember when that happened?
I think since I've started doing in English, even my wife will tell me, hey, baby, you didn't release any video. You will find people in the streets calling you, hey, Julia. Or if you don't post a video of Julia, people, hey, why are you posting other people? I'm like, I can't be posting her all the time. She's going to be like, I wait for her, then I react, because everyone reacts all over the world. There's reactors all over the world that react to, you find your, what do you call this guy? Your Gordon Ramsay, your Uncle Roger. We react.
Yes.
So for me, you find people telling me, yeah, I'm not going to react. And another thing that makes me say to try to release videos in the morning and in the afternoon, you find people saying, your videos, they always make my day when I go to work.
Yeah.
Then others, because it takes away that toxic work environment, I get DMs. People are saying me. I remember when someone told me that they lost a baby, and my videos, and my positivity, the way I look at life is what took them out of that dark space. Others were going on treatment for cancer. They send you DMs. Others are going through a divorce. They tell you your videos made me to laugh. And now I'm no longer sad. I was depressed. Then someone sent me your profile. I was watching all the videos. I'm fine now. I'm able to wake up clean. It's a lot. That's why I think even the people that nominated me for that award, because that award it says that it's people that empower. They empower people. They are having a positive outlook in community. It's not just a best creator because if you look in what I do now, if you've noticed, I do the food, then I talk about a certain issue in the country, or either me talking about the chicken. You understand?
Yeah.
I talk about a lot of issues. That's why you find sometimes I hear that, hey, your video was on e-news, like on the last word. Then I have to go watch the show. Then I miss it. I said, hey, your video was on SAPC. I said, yeah, I know, because they contacted me. Because it shows that you are having a positive outlook in South Africa. Like now, it's back to school. I did a video about back to school where I talk about the stationery list.
Yes.
Now people are always, then when you release a video, said, I've been waiting for you to say something about this. I know you were going to say something about that. But for me, the videos are not for me alone. They are for the people. Like today, I haven't released any video. If I don't release a video, I try, if I'm doing something, I try just to show people I'm doing something somewhere. Then they can communicate. We can communicate on the socials.
Sure. Going back to those messages you receive, people are going through divorce, there's a baby that's been born, or they lost their baby or lost a loved one. Your responsibility somehow changes, isn't it, as a content creator? Because now you're impactful.
Yes. That's why I also don't argue with people on the timeline. It gets nasty sometimes. You must have a thick skin. But what I look at in this, I look at the people that love the content. I don't look at the people. You won't be loved by anyone. I try to have a positive outlook. It also has changed how I do things now. I don't do things like I used to be. I don't do things recklessly. I do things in a more positive way because there's a young man now, he says he looks up to me and everything. He wants to know how to cook. A lot of people think I'm a chef. I'm not a chef. I'm a foodie. And I called that boy and I said, okay, can you please, before we talk, go to your mom, ask permission. I called him via Instagram for permission. That boy was so excited. Taking serious, says he's going to show their friends. And I said, no, go show your friends. Go talk to your mom. The mom did not believe that I called. Said, no, we didn't think that dude. I said, no, the young man, I saw his video where he says he wants to be like me. And I asked him, what is he doing at school and everything. He was so excited. I said, no, I just wanted to make your day. Have a good day. Then I left it there. I also try by all means to respond to all the direct messages that I get. But the challenge that I have is one. It's when you get messages, people asking for financial help. The issue is, I always tell them that there's a lot of scammers now, number one. Number two, I feel like if I get 10 requests in a day, I feel like I even tell them that I with everything that is happening right now, if it was in my capacity, I wish I could help. If I could get and that's why now I joined two NGOs to at least know that this thing is something that I'm part of. There's a pilot program where it was established by two colleagues, former colleagues, that wanted me to join them from a social media perspective. What they want to do is they want to support kids from when they are young until they matriculate, not just go to them and give them shoes and leave them like that. They want to ensure these kids don't drop out of school. Then then empower them until they become something. And the second one is Go by Jane Simmons. Jane, what they do with Go, they empower grandmothers who to do projects are surrounding grandmothers who are left with kids. So I like that project. So I also support them. If they want something, I'm there. I do it pro bono. I don't want anything. It's something that even if they want me to come, I'll go, because at the end of the day, we have to give back to community. The one of giving out money on the socials, I don't know how I can, because there is a lot of things. People will being scammed. I don't know. It's something that hurts me when you find someone telling you they're in a tight corner, they want help, and you try to take them to a direction where they can get that help. Because on your own, you can't afford, for example.
It's impossible. It's impossible to help everybody.
It's impossible to have everybody.
But I commend you. I mean, well done. And I see a transition, from Xolile being the entertainer to suddenly Xolile being the server, the server of people, serving people in the community. There's a nice transition from you entertaining to suddenly serving people. And
yeah, I think with the social media makes you to, let's say, even back at home, everything is not perfect. But when there's a calling, let's say someone wants you to assist there, if it was by me, I would have a foundation. I would do a lot of things to assist where we can. But I'm trying to share. I try to run away with where there's money involved. Because people with money, they are very protective. I don't want to be seen as someone who ate someone's money. That's why my role is to be the face, to assist where I can. I don't want to be near the money. You know how things are in this country. But we can use social media in many ways. We can use social media in many ways. Even now, I'm a bit careful on things that I take. I take things that are in line with my content. You understand? If
100%.
I also use I don't take gambling. I don't take gambling. I don't take, what do you call this thing? Forex, because I feel like if I would come and use my platform to advertise something that is about gambling, knowing very well how gambling is affecting certain homes, people are selling their houses, it's a big problem. So for me, I shy away from that. Same as Forex, people are being scammed there. So it's not something that is aligned to my brand and type of content.
100%. 100%. Yeah, sure. That's interesting, and it gets quite deep, isn't it?
It gets
You
deep.
know,
It gets deep because we can't. I think with the platforms that we have, you get a lot of requests. You get a lot of requests. Another thing that you've noticed, I try to shy away from faith-based conversations because it might offend a lot of people. I don't do advertisement. For example, if someone says, "Can you do me a promo?" Remember, my followers not one religion. There are a lot of religions. So now
true.
it's gonna be a contrast, and it's gonna contradict itself if you're gonna add that, because faith-based issues are they people do them differently. So if you are gonna go and talk about this way, the others are gonna be angry and push their own narrative. So I try also not to engage in that, even politics. But I get tempted sometimes because there's certain issues that you want to talk about, like the potholes. You remember I did a video about a pothole. That one was
Yes,
all about awareness. That one was all about awareness. The other stuff, try to shy away.
I think that's why people also connect so deeply with your style. You know, the way you do things, and your humor hits differently. You know, your humor is different. It comes from culture and language, not just scripts. You know, it's not like you prepared this. I think you're so impromptu. You say it like it is. So,
Do you know that when I wake up and I'm going to do something, I can record it now? And I ask my wife first to watch it. So she's the one that checks it. She says, okay, it's not, we look at it, and she says, you can send it. Back in the days, I used to just do stuff. So sometimes I try not to, like when I do a video, like when I was doing the video about the stationery, I did not want to do a video when I make a joke about people not buying stationery. Then you find people that don't have the money for the stationery feeling like I'm making a joke about them. You understand? Whereas the
100%.
joke was about those people who procrastinate. That's why I said you procrastinate, because you got the list of the stationery. You said you're gonna buy it. And next week, January is here. Then you find people flooding in the shops a day before the school open. So you see where the difference is. But if I said it without saying procrastinating, some were gonna feel offended because not everyone has the money to buy the stationery.
True, true.
So
Not
that one was
everybody.
directed to those who have the money and have been procrastinating to buy stationery. Now they're gonna have to rush and buy it on the last minute.
And you know, I want to ask you, like, people often see the laughs and they see it on screen on social media, but content creation, it's not always fun. But what's a
Yes.
part of this journey that people don't see or they don't seem to understand?
The recording process. When I think you can't record if you are at a bad mental state. Let's say you are not feeling well. You can even hear it on the voice when you are not feeling well. Sometimes we get tired. Like yesterday, I went to 2 events. I have to wake up now. I'm doing this podcast, 3 o'clock.
Yes,
There's people that are coming in. We are doing a campaign for them for Valentine's. I agreed to do it for them. It's what can I say? When you do this thing behind the background, you have kids. You have to be a family man. You have to get time to do a video too. You have to clean the house before you do a video. You have to change settings. When we took this content creation seriously, I had to change the lighting of my kitchen because I knew that most of the videos I'm gonna do them in this space. You understand? And that there's times where you don't feel like even doing a video. You're just tired. Like now I'm going to the gym now. Yesterday I went to the gym in the morning. I had to do a video before in the morning. I did those videos. And then we had to tweak and fix then there. I'll have to do that tonight. And in between that, we have to do laundries for kids. You understand? Sometimes you have to respond, especially if it's a hot issue, not like watch people fighting over there. The problem with the background is that sometimes you have to look at the video that you're gonna do. You prepare the videos, you edit the videos. There was a time I did a video, I edited it for a long time, and it was not a major editing. A lot of people go through a lot from taking the video to from taking the video to editing the video. Now you are looking for the outcome. Are the people going to love the video? You understand? That's why
Yes.
you find other people having a meltdown because they're doing a lot of work on the background. From recording each and every moment, you must buy things for you to do this content. So you're expecting people to love your content in return. Me, I did not expect that. I don't have any expensive equipment here. The only thing that I bought now that I saw I needed was this power bank, the original power bank of the phone that I use, because I saw that when we go somewhere and we are busy doing a video somewhere, phone dies because recording drains the phone. I was also thinking of buying a microphone but sometimes I feel like a microphone, I'll have to do it when I'm going to speak from afar. I don't have the money now. We're looking at buying equipment and everything. And also now I have to make myself a company now. So I'm still in that process of trying to differentiate me to the content creator. And
Yes.
then we're planning we can't do content creating all the time. You must have time for family. When I started this thing, I used to do it so much such that I forget that I have to be a father, I have to be a husband. I have to leave the phone, not answer the phone for a certain time. Then when I'm going to do content, maybe I do content for 1 hour sometimes so that I can just do the videos and they can go. Remember, like now I'm recording now. People can't watch TV. It has to be quiet in the house. They are in the rooms watching their phones.
Even the dogs.
I even painted my garage white, but now the garage door is too thin. Outside, people are making noise. And others, the cars, my dog is busy barking. So there's a lot of things that are happening in the background. Sometimes you inconvenience other people because you have to record this feed. You understand?
And you're right. I mean, behind me, this is my podcast studio, but we had to do all of that to convert a room to try and make it soundproof, put up the shelves, paint the walls, put the wooden paneling, and people don't see that hard work. Then it's the wrong mic that I bought, and I had to buy a new mic. And it's almost like you need money to make money. And I'm not even making money. We're not. We're doing this out of content creation, of being out there, being present.
Yes. I think once you get that hook of content creation, once you get that bug, everything to you becomes you read the news, you look at what's happening. Like right now, I just got a message from a YouTuber from America. He contacted me around about December. He was watching my videos and he says, okay, when it comes to Cape Town, you'd like to meet me and we can do a collab, which means I'm gonna advise him on the places to go. Number one, we might, then he will show me on his YouTube, then I show him on my social media. Then it's gonna be we exchange the audience. People are gonna be there to watch me. His audience is gonna be there to watch him. But all these two audiences might blend. They can get more followers. I can get more followers. It's a lot. When that guy told me that they planned the trip to South Africa for YouTube, you can think about that.
Wow. That is big.
Let's say, like now, you are going on holiday. You're going to take some of your equipment because you might find something to talk about there while you're on holiday. Or you look at the state of the place that you're going to go to, or write it down and say, okay, I'm going to record it when I get home. But now, for that episode to hit, you must talk about that thing while it's still there. It's still hot.
True. Still warm. 100%. I agree. Xolile, you spoke about burnout. You spoke about being tired. How are you doing right now? How are you feeling? With being consistent.
At the present moment, I'm doing very well. I'm doing fine. We try not to do videos every day. We try by all means not to do videos every day. I think Sunday is basically chill day because the traffic on social media on weekends is not the same as during the week. The burnout is when you can get burnout. Remember now the ideas that you have to edit a video, you have to deliver things for people. Like now I have to deliver 2 videos today. Then those guys must approve. And I don't like to record at night. But sometimes at night is good because it's quiet when you do now. You see now, you are doing something. I don't have soundproof people. It's busy. So that's why I started to, I use my notes on my phone. Every morning I look at, okay, what must I do? This is what I must do. We must respond to inquiries or messages that we got with regards to working together. I've been approached by an agent, not one, I think 3, but at this present moment, I'm still withholding on that one up until I see how things work.
Sure.
The
Absolutely. Absolutely.
the reason for that, I still want freedom on what I'm doing. These trends might come and go, but there has to be something that I grab. Yes, that's why my wife does. We do everything together. That's why she's my manager. She's my cameraman. We are working together on everything. If I go somewhere, she's coming with two. Reason being is I can't be taking videos by myself. If then on that place where I'm going to, they can only give me something, the other one I pay for because we have to be together on everything that we do.
You know what they say? Behind every successful man is a woman, eh?
Yes, yes. That's why we try by all means to rest. Resting is very much important. It's
It is.
very,
It
very,
is.
very, very important because even with you, think about the setup you have to do before you do a podcast. You know
Podcast.
that you have to eat breakfast early. You have a podcast at 10. You still have to be a husband. You have to do household things because we're going to be away for an hour from your partner doing what you are doing, which is social media.
Very true. I agree. Colina, if I mean, you've seen food trends around the world, right? I mean, is there a food trend that you see right now that you don't understand? And you'd be like, Ish, what is this?
American food has shown me that their food is in cans. A lot of food is in cans. That trend of quick meals, it has just made me, even here at home, it just made me hate quick meals more. And the more you learn, I think the culinary route we are, it teaches you more about food. Right now, I'm in a journey of losing weight. So this time around, I said, okay, for me to do it more, I must eat fresh, learn about the food and anything that I eat. The more you learn on that one, the more you feel like, how can in America they have everything in a can, most things in a can? I'm not saying in a bad way. They specialize in. I was shocked in other things that they have in a can, and I'm like, I don't think the South Africans are gonna buy to that. The South Africans are very picky when it comes to canned food. So that trend of canned food for me, it's not on. It's not on. It's not something that I want to jump on. Even if I understand, for me, I feel like if you're gonna eat certain foods, they must be for preservation purposes. If something happened, you can't get food. But if you can do fresh, why don't you cook fresh?
Absolutely. Why not? Why not? I mean, if you weren't dieting or you weren't going to gym, I mean, if there was one food you could eat every day, what would that be?
I've noticed that I like chicken. It's something that I've noticed. I don't get bored with chicken. Even besides, something that I like and I don't get bored, I think it's chicken. Roasted chicken is something that, going back to the Woolies chicken.
Willis, we need to talk. We need to talk. The reason sometimes I don't go to your shop is because I can't pass this chicken of yours. I tried to do it. I can't pass this chicken of yours. Yes, it's nice, yo. And I read this thing every time when I eat it. Local, fresh, never frozen, butter brined. The flavor is real. And just in case you wondered, our chickens are grass-fed only. That's the Woolies difference. Oh!
Roasted chicken, I think roasted chicken is up there to foods that I can eat every day. Because sometimes I get bored to eat other things. But I'm looking at something that I can eat in a week, let's say 3 to 4 times a week. Another thing about me, say I don't like repeating the same food. If I ate something yesterday, I can't eat it again in the morning. I can, but I can eat it 3 days later. So I'd rather eat something else the next day. But being honest with you, I can't go without my cook, number one. And I think I love a well done chicken, proper chicken, roasted. It's a win for me.
A win for, I think most people. High in protein, it tastes good. Absolutely. Why not eat the chicken? 5 years. Let's look 5 years ahead. What does success actually look like for you? Like, I mean, if you had your own show, not TikTok, not Instagram, I'm talking about a real show. I mean, what does success look like for you? Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, I think I see myself in, there's a bit of me that sees myself in TV. There's also a talent in me in stand-up. I want to venture the stand-up comedy scene. But the problem is the touring. I kind of feel like nowadays you can do things in your house. I can do that, but I can do it without traveling too much. And number two, I see a lot of hosting. I see a lot of people see a lot of talent in me of being a host. So I'm trying to look at that one too. even adverts. I loved what I saw when I went to the adverts. So basically, I see myself as an entertainer, any space that comes. But I want to sharpen that skill right now so that I can be at a medium space where if there is a TV show that wants a host, I'm there. Even radio, I can even take radio right now because I think that's one of my dreams to be on radio.
Wow.
I think when I look at
Wow.
radio, it's something that I would love to do. Radio it's something that we grew up in. I never saw myself doing it, but you find people saying, you have the voice for radio. Why don't you do radio? That one does not come cheap. You have to do training. And to tell you the truth, when it comes to that one, I don't know where to start. But it's not something that I'm chasing. What I'm chasing right now, I think the media space is going to be where I'm going to be big at in the culinary world, number one, because I can also cook. I want to also sharpen that school, that side. It's culinary and comedy, if I can tell you. It's anything that has culinary, it has comedy, and it has me hosting. That's where the direction that I'm looking at right now. Because even now, by the end of the week, I have to write a proposal for something. It's a book.
Is this
But,
okay?
yeah, it's something that I was approached for. So I have to go to that one and I have to kill that proposal. I have to sit down and put a proper one. It's gonna be dope though. But there's a lot of avenues in culinary. I think people, if they can join culinary, there's a world in culinary that it's not about eating. It's about meeting. It's about brands. It's about pop-ups. It's about a community. When it comes to food, there's a community where you do a pop-up where fashion meets food. There's a community of entertainment when it comes to food. There's a community of launching brands when it comes to, and food is involved in all of that. Even in a podcast, food is involved in a podcast. The food industry and the food scenario is something that we overlook, and there's a lot of opportunities there. There is a lot of opportunities. But for me, I think my aim is to be a more polished entertainer, be a more polished, buy more equipment that is going to make the content crisp. This present moment, we're using phones. We don't have cameras. We want to have studios. We might have to change garages into studios. It's a thought process where to from here, because at the end of the day, we can't do things standing in the kitchen forever. We'll have to find a space to do this. We have to professionalize it, and we earn more. Maybe if we can see it's doing well, you'll find yourself thinking twice about working, thinking, might I quit? Must I quit my work? Yes or no? But for me, I don't think I'll quit my work. I'll do this as something on the side and something that brings more income for me.
True. It looks like you got a busy 5 years, Xolile. A busy 5 years.
I don't take it for granted though, but the main thing with social media, you will trend and the trending will stop because there's going to be some other. So you must capture something there. Meaning, if you stop trending, you must try to get the business side of it. Or, okay, let's say now I stop doing social media, but you find me at the background doing adverts. You find me being a voiceover artist. You find me, because me appearing, remember social media right now is like an audition. It's a huge surface area. People, when they used to do audition, they used to go to the buildings. Now, when you sit like this and you post yourself, you're auditioning to the world. There's someone who's going to see something in you that they can use.
Very true.
So I want to look beyond the trend. I want to look beyond the, what do you call this thing? The being trending, beyond where your posts are being seen by people. There's going to be time where your numbers are low. So you have to think, what are you going to do? You understand? It happens. The algorithm is not going to favor you all the time. It's going to, things are changing. You understand?
True. And you know what's bizarre about this whole thing is that listening to what you're saying, it reminds me that the internet doesn't reward perfection. Like, you don't have to be perfect, but it
Yes.
rewards you being original. It rewards being or speaking the truth. That's what the internet rewards. That's what social
Yes.
media has done.
You see, with the internet, what I've noticed is that there's something called the niche. You have your niche, and your niche is something that you do. Let's say when you do your podcast, you do it your own way, and the angle that you wanted to take when it came to your podcast, and you're sticking by it. You don't want to look at what other people are doing. Originality is key in everything that we do now. Before I do a video, I don't go around and try to make myself a makeup. I come and talk about whatever I'm going to talk about, and I fire. Then you find someone saying, hey, I said, no, that's what people do. You just take your phone, record that thing you are thinking now, or else it will leave. Now, when it comes to being authentic, you find that people are original, but they are not authentic because you saw, okay, this is what people want, the aesthetics, or let's say you want to live this life where people see, okay, this is beautiful. Let me make an example. You remember when there used to be Facebook and Instagram? You used to see people posting on Instagram. That picture tells 1,000 words, but that picture is just a 0.what percentage of a person's life. Even me talking here. But if I'm the same way, even outside of this, then that is being original. I don't have to come to the internet and try to fake this so that it can get me an engagement. You have to live your life. If you live your life, let's say if you on your podcast, you talk about things that you talk about every day, that is being original, not coming now on the internet and try to talk about issues that you hardly entertain. It becomes problematic. Original is if you want to take something and it's you stick by it. Then if people like it, they will love it.
Well, Lile, I just want to thank you, for showing people culture and humor, and that it still matters, right? It still matters in where we are. I want to wish you all the best for the awards. Thank you for what you contribute to our culture, to this country, for serving people. I really appreciate it, and I think others do. Thanks for your time. I hope we can do this in person. It'll be even better.
I will do it in person when I'm in Joburg, but I'll contact you when I'm that side.
Thank you very much.
Don't worry, we'll do it in person, a
time.
proper one. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the invite.
Thank you so much. Take care, my
Thank you.
friend. Chat soon. Bye.
Bye.